Welcome to the Football Minds podcast with your host Kyle Kaler and Eric Kimmett.
Welcome, everybody. It's your host, Kyle Kaler, your co-host, Eric Kimmett.
Let's go.
Let's get it. So, I don't know how you guys felt about our list last week when we did the QBs and the running backs. But this week, we're bringing you wide receivers and cornerbacks. How you feel about that, Eric?
I feel great about it. I sound a little biased today, I'm not going to lie, but I can't change my feelings, so it is what it is.
All right, so talking about that this was my idea because wide receivers go against corners, right?
Yeah.
Any given Sunday, it's the best wide receiver versus somebody's best corner. Sometimes it's not a very good corner, and it's a really good wide receiver and vice versa. But either way, it only made sense to do it this way. So that's what we got going on today. We're going to do just the same format, right?
Yeah, I'm here for the top three honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
All right.
And we're going to lead off with the wide receivers. But before we do that, there was one decently big trade. Devontae Parker was traded in his own division to the Patriots.
Doesn't it always work out like that? Trades are always in division these days. Like, always. They've always been like that. It's weird.
Miami fans, I'm probably going to bring a tear to your eye. I feel like the Dolphins always do dumb shit like this.
You like Devontae Parker in Miami?
I like Devontae Parker, like, in Miami, or give me a fourth-round pick outside my division.
See, it never works like that. Outside my division, that never seems to work out, man.
I don't like Miami's. I'm gonna give you a really good player for the cheap. And oh, by the way, you've kicked our ass for the last 30 years.
We play you twice.
Yeah,
every single year.
I just think it was a trash ass thing for Miami to do.
I just think they felt they could come off him for cheap because they have obviously the cheetah these days. And Jalen Waddle, who looked like a stud last year in his rookie season, they got rid of Devontae on the cheap because they don't need him anymore.
But you never heard that before? You never heard that the in-division tax? Like, okay, we got the cheetah, we got Waddle. We got to move off him. I get that. But if he's going to New England, I'm like, look, it got to be a fourth-round pick. Everybody else can get him for 6th, 7th, but hey, you're the division rival. You need Mac Jones. You need him some help, all the help you can get. Now, what are you going to do? If Tua fails and now Mac Jones is throwing touchdowns to Devontae Parker, how you feel?
Have you ever known Bill Belichick to overpay for anybody ever?
I'd be like, that's fine. I'll release him. And then the whole
then you get
NFL.
Nothing for him, though.
Yeah, but fuck it.
Gotta get something.
The whole NFL. Do you really think that was on Devontae Parker's list? Like, hey, I'm going to go play for Mac Jones?
Nobody wants to play for Belichick anymore.
I mean, I was cool because he didn't get to go to Cleveland.
Belichick is that old-style coach, man. He's, like, rough and tough, and if you fuck up, he's, like, yelling at you. Like, the NFL don't work that way anymore, which is why we're going to learn real quick. Like, you can be a good coach, but, like, if your players don't fucking like you, it don't work. Like, everybody likes Andy Reid, everybody likes Bruce Arians, and then now all these young coaches coming into the league, bro. All these young coaches are player-friendly coaches. Nobody wants to play for Belichick when they could go play for McVay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's kind of like, who was really old in a different sport? Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was kind of dated, but he still found success at the end of his career because people wanted to go play with, the GOAT of coaching.
I mean, maybe that's how they felt, or maybe he just had the GOAT of players.
And he always had Kobe or somebody, did he?
Kobe or Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had Jordan for years and then he had Kobe for years. Of course he won a shitload of titles.
You could have gave me a little playhouse.
He had Kobe and Shaq. He had Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. Like, come on, bro. Of course he was going to win championships.
You could have gave me a little Fisher Playhouse chalkboard. I would have won some championships, bro. Trust me. I'd have been nabbing them.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
But okay, so go back to that's our thoughts on the trade, though. It was something minute that we just feel like we had. It was only a couple of days ago, I think 2 days ago.
I don't hate it because they weren't going to get anything for it if they just released him. At least they got something. Maybe they hit on that. What was it, a 6th?
I just read late. I didn't even click on it.
Late round.
Like everybody's like, "Oh, the host is pump faking." Like I didn't click on the article, bro. I didn't even click on my phone. I think it came across my watch, and it was just like late round draft pick. I'm like, well, that's trash because it was in division. I didn't have to click on it to make my opinion of it.
I would rather get peanuts for Devontae Parker than nothing.
Outside the division.
You know, I can eat a handful of peanuts.
Well,
what can I do with a handful of nothing? You know what I mean?
You might be eating a handful of humble pie. He goes up there and balls out on you for 2 games.
And he might. You don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not, but you don't know.
So let's go with this. Let's make the listeners wait for it, right?
Okay.
And they'll be able to put it together, process of elimination, you know what I mean? But still, maybe you have like some kind of sleeper in there that you think is the best. So let's start with the honorable mention.
Oh.
Instead of going one
Switching
to honorable.
me up here. Yeah. Okay, I see you.
Got to hit a little scroll button.
I mean, I have some. I definitely have some honorable mentions.
So
honorable mention?
No, who is number 4? Who would you place at number 4?
For me, I put Drake London at number 4.
Okay, let me hear it.
So he looks amazing. He's a great player, but my man can't stay healthy, and that's big for me. Like, if you already have injury history, like, I'm not dealing with it.
He said, "I'm not dealing. I'm not dealing
with it, bro. He's a basketball player. He's your type of player. He's got the size. He can go up and get it. He looks great."
You trying to spoil my list? Are you trying to spoil something?
Whoa, you're spoiling it. You asked for my honorable mention. I'm just giving it to you,
I was like,
bro.
You over here trying to spoil my kind of guy. Yeah, I do have a kind of guy.
That is your kind of guy. 6'4", 220. That's your kind of guy.
I kind of like him.
Yeah, of course you do.
Like him. Kind of like him.
I knew you would, brother. I knew.
So what do you like about him?
He's huge, and like his ability to catch the ball in traffic is amazing. Like, he can go up and get it. That's a big thing. If you're a big wide receiver, that's why you're good, because you can jump over dudes and get your ability to catch the ball in traffic is important for big guys.
Like, so I like the fact that when I was watching this tape, there was a couple times I'd seen highlights where there'd be like 4 or 5 guys trying to bring him down.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like the Rob Gronkowski of tight ends. Like, he just won't go down.
He basically is a tight end playing wide receiver.
For sure.
Didn't he have like 90 catches in 8 games and like fucking over 1,000 yards?
He's a boss. That's for sure.
Yeah. I don't hate him. He could be my number 1 if he.
The health thing.
Yeah.
Right.
No, always health. That's a big thing for me. Health.
We all have knocks, and my number 4 guy is probably because you don't know the health thing. I have Jameson Wilson or Williams. I'm sorry.
Jameson Williams.
Yeah, Jameson Williams. I have him from Alabama at number 4. And Jameson Williams is, he had the injury, you know what I mean? And he didn't run at the combine. So that kind of scares me because I'm like, okay, well, where you at, my guy? Like, you don't want to run the 40. I get it. I understand it. You're coming off an injury. Maybe you don't have the greatest 40 time because of that. Maybe you're not in the greatest shape.
Well, he's recovering from injury right now.
Right. So to me, that's a huge red flag. Like, you can't, the draft is in April. That's this month.
28th, I believe.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to draft you and you're telling me you're not ready to run a 40?
Hold on. Are we talking about if teams are supposed to draft them? Or are we talking about
I'm talking about me. That's why he's my, he's not going to make it in my top 3.
You're kind of going with what I was saying about the injury thing.
Right, and injuries are always going to be like a big thing, but his is so fresh that you can't, like, it's so fresh that you can't even show me nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that's, like, if I go to your pro day, are you going to run? You going to catch? Or are you going to tell me, like, oh, no, I'm still rehabbing? Like,
you're going to be so caught off guard when I start talking about my list, bro. It's going to be crazy.
It's all good, though. But what I do like about him is obviously he shows, like, the elite speed and quickness. And he has he stretches the field at an elite level. His ability to yak the yards after catch, that's what the league's going to. I know that's what you like to see. Obviously the ACL injury. He does have a slender frame. He didn't tip the scales at 180. So you're going back into that situation to where injuries could happen because he's not the biggest guy. I would look for him to put on like another 15 pounds.
That's a lot of weight, bro. 15 pounds.
Yeah, because a lot of these guys, you're seeing them at like even Jamar Chase. He's like 205, 210, and he has that same athleticness, quickness. You know what I mean? But he's
bigger,
a lot bigger. He's
I mean, that's
muscular.
fair, but at the same time, Jamar Chase is a freak specimen.
Right. But there's, when we go down our list, you'll see how big some of these other guys are that are also freaks. I mean, but this guy, he probably is on film, he looked like he was the fastest. I mean, the other guys look really fast too, but
I think Chris Olave ran pretty well.
And I watched him get
4.26.
4.26, that's flying.
It's pretty good.
I watched him get stacked a lot by bigger guys, you know what I mean? Once he's getting hit at the line, it's just his frame, right? Like if you got a guy that's 6'2", 210, you know what I mean? You're trying to come off the line, he's hammering you with longer arms and the whole 9 yards. It could be an issue. And he's not the best ball tracker. You see those balls that are contested with him. Some of the other wide receivers, you watch it and you're like, who's going to come down with it, or who's has the better ball skills out of that
you
guy in
think
the court.
Yeah.
This guy, when the ball's up in the air, you're just kind of like, ooh, like the corner always has an ability, no matter what corner it is, to make a play on it. You know what I mean? So,
I get that.
That's just how I feel about Mr. Williams there. So, who's your number 3? Because we're going backwards.
I love that we're going backwards.
I love it.
All right, if we're going backwards, I'm starting with Chris Olave.
Ooh, he's gonna stay in the Ohio State University.
I am, and for the listeners out there, I am a diehard Buckeye fan, but I promise you, my list ain't biased. It just sounds biased. Chris Olave, number 3 for me. The dude he's a pure route runner. Like, I don't want to compare him to Antonio Brown, but I'm saying he's one of them receivers with the ability to just get wide open on every single play. And if you're wide open, it's not hard to catch a football. If I'm wide open, me personally, if I'm wide open, I can catch the football. Throw it to me, I'll catch it. So you just got to be able to get wide open. And, he ended his career at Ohio State, breaking the school record for touchdowns with, I believe, 35, I believe is the number.
I mean, I watched a lot of them because, I watched a lot of Ohio State. I'm an Ohio State fan. We know I have my love for the city of Cincinnati, so I'm always following, obviously our Cinderella season last year. So Olave's a beast, man.
He is a beast. I went to 3 Ohio State games last year, and yeah, he is a beast. He's a beast.
I'll play devil's.
He's always open.
I'll play devil's advocate though. There was a lot of big games where he kind of went missing.
But is it his fault?
No, I mean,
was he dropping passes and shit, or were they just not throwing him the ball? Is the thing.
I think with a lot of film that I watched, it wasn't necessarily. It was a little bit of both. Like, I feel like Olave's biggest thing is he's not a dog. Like, he's not like when every play, you know what I mean? There's like them dogs, and I'll talk about my number 3. He edged Olave and some of the other guys, and it's gonna make me seem like a homer too. Because you'll see who it is.
I already know who you're talking about at this point.
His dad was my childhood favorite. Like, I was a little buck watching his dad ball out for my Cincinnati Bengals. So, but I do like what I see, and we'll get into that in a second. But Olave just doesn't seem like every play. He reminded me of his work ethic was like more OBJ-ish. Like,
who's great.
I mean, he's good, but that's OBJ's knock too. And Cleveland fans can back me up on this.
Nah, are we getting into this right now?
No, I'm just saying, like, he does though. Like, if you watch OBJ, like on running plays, he's not always trying to block. On some routes that he knows where he's not the featured guy on that route, he's taking the play off.
I get what you're saying.
Like, dude, you got all that talent. Like, be a dog.
Yeah.
Go out there. You know what I mean? Like, you got all that talent.
George Kittle, that shit.
So
I want to hit people.
Olave is number 5 on my list, though.
5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not terrible.
No, he's up there. But like I said, it's like, I hate seeing that shit, man, because I'm like, dude, you got some God-given gifts, man. Like, put it all out there. Like, you could be, Lord knows what you could be. You know what I mean? Like, that's why his counterpart is a little bit higher up on my list. But we'll go with my number 3, and it's George Pickens from Georgia.
Okay.
He's 5'3", 200 pounds.
5'3"?
5'3", or 6'3", 200 pounds.
Yeah, heard that.
So he has the perfect frame for a wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's like right there in the middle.
He's a big boy.
Speed with height. He ran a 4.47. That's plenty.
It's okay when you're that big, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're striding. Great footwork, elite body control. Reminded me a lot of AJ Green. You always bring up these Bengals. AJ Green was great for many years. And he looked at his tape and how he was carrying himself out on the field, and he's a dog. Like, every play, that man is, it doesn't matter if it's a running play, doesn't matter if it was, curl route. That dude he was coming out of his break.
What's my job? I'm getting it done.
Yeah. And that's why I just edged him a little bit over Williams. Or, I keep saying, it was, I got it right.
Williams is right. Williams. Yeah. Not Wilson.
Williams.
Multiple W's in this list.
Yeah. So, you got that right. He has really strong hands like AJ did, coming through the middle. He's coming down with it. But he's not the best route runner. He runs off his stem routes. You know what I'm saying? He's rounding it out. It's not like, he doesn't have that, what I call it, like a good plant foot. Like, you're 15 yards out and in. That plant foot needs to be hard and then breaking right away. You know what I mean?
See, and that's why Olave.
It's almost like he's running like a baseball diamond. It's just like rounded off right there instead of like, it's like, bro, you'd like to see that little like stick and go.
And that's the biggest thing for me. You talk about his work ethic and stuff, but I think that Chris Olave's route running is the most polished in this whole class.
And
he's the best route runner in this whole class. And this is a deep class. There are a lot of good wide receivers in this class.
Oh, yeah. But a lot of it, too, is like injuries, right? Because, like I said, you can tell how I'm talking George Pickens up, and that people are like, man, you just compared him to AJ Green. How's he number 3 on your list? Like AJ Green. Well, he had an ACL tear. He came back last year for 4 games. He balled out, but so at least I got to see him 4 games post injury, and he ran at the combine and got all that other stuff. So there's another reason why he kind of edged, my man. So
well, in this day and age, man, like, I don't really want to say injuries are ever good.
Oh, no, not at all.
But it's good to have ACL and MCL tears early. Because with the technology that we have these days, once you get through those injuries, like, you come out better than you were before.
Most of the time, yes.
Most of the time.
Right. No, 100%.
So it's like, get that shit out of the way now. Because,
get it rebuilt.
Yeah.
Get it strengthened again.
Re-strengthened, and now you don't have to worry about that shit because they put a little plate in you or whatever they do. But
I don't know what I'll go. I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor. We're not doctors.
We're not doctors.
No. Here at FMP, we're not doctors on FMP.
We pretend to be sometimes.
Yeah.
But we don't really know.
No, we don't know.
We'll tell you that, though.
Yeah. We're just, when it comes to like the medical thing, that's why it's really subjective, because you gotta incorporate it. Like he said with London was, all these guys really, but who's worse, who wasn't worse, who you got to see, but more. It's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
A lot of stuff.
So who's your number 2?
Okay, we're starting with me again. That's fine.
Yeah, we're going right up to you.
Who's my number 2?
Who's your number 2?
Garrett Wilson.
Wow.
The other Buckeye, bro.
Wow, okay. All right, well let me hear what you like about Garrett Wilson.
Everything. I don't know what there is to not like. This dude is fast and shifty and has excellent like body control.
So did you not put him
Have
number?
you seen?
Did you not put him number one because you didn't want to seem like that much of a homer?
My number one's still gonna make me seem like a homer.
Okay. Oh, here we go. I don't know what this man got's going on. We'll see.
You should know what that means, but you'll figure it out real soon. But no, he does everything good. Like, I only went to 3 games last year, but I've watched all of them, obviously. And, like, his ability to, like, locate the ball while he's in the air and come down with it. He's made so many catches where I'm like, how did that even happen? To me, he's the complete package. Which maybe you're talking me into making my number one right now, to be honest. You might
that's what I was saying is because you're like, perfection. I'm like, okay, well, how is he not number one?
I didn't say perfection.
It was pretty, I mean, you said.
Yep. It's hard to find faults, if that's what you mean.
Right.
I'm not saying perfection. The only reason he's not number one is because I think if my number one would have stayed healthy his whole career, then it would be a little bit different of a situation. It would be an easier choice for me on who to pick between the two. But the dude can catch, he can run routes, he gets open, he has top end speed. Not top end speed, what he run a 4.4? I don't remember. Pretty good speed. Good enough speed.
No, 4.38.
4.4, basically. Yeah, killing it.
Yeah.
Like, just watching him, dude, he just looks like he's on another level from every DB that tries to cover him. And, yeah, I'm just a big fan, man. Again, I watch a lot of Ohio State games.
Okay, so that's number 2.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 2 is Drake London.
Your number 2 is Drake.
Yeah.
I like that. Big fan.
I mean, if he stays healthy, this guy is maybe a poor man's version of Megatron is probably where I put him if he could stay healthy.
That's what I don't like. That word you keep saying at the beginning of those sentences.
Yeah, I mean, I can see, like, I don't, like, when you talk about Williams, like, I'm not saying he has a lower ceiling, but I feel like with the injury, not knowing where he's at on the injury, not being able to see him do diddly shit before the injury, you're trying to put in a premium pick for him. He's tiny. There's just a lot of things that are question marks around him. Like, there is a lot of raw talent, and I like it, and it has the ability to be outstanding. You know what I mean?
What do we talk about all the time? Me, that's what I'm chasing.
Risk.
Raw talent.
Risk.
Always.
So with him, I think we've seen enough, even though he's battled injuries, we've seen enough of, like, okay, I at least have some kind of good, like, ceiling, like and a floor. You really don't have that with Williams. You don't have a ceiling and a floor because you haven't really seen him since the championship game. Well, actually, not even the championship game. It was the game before the game, right?
It was, the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
It was not the championship game.
So he missed the championship game. So we didn't even get to see him ball out in the championship game. But like you said, you're a more risk reward kind of guy.
I really am.
And, you know, another thing with Drake is, for me, is he understands his advantage, right? Like, he's not out there trying to be cute with the footwork. Like, he just does what he knows he's good at.
Hey, you can be covering me.
And
throw me the ball anyways.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So, and his ball skills are elite for being that big of a guy.
They are elite.
Not being that athletic or as athletic as the other counterparts in the draft.
Dude,
the bad things about him,
if Drake London would be fully healthy, there's a very good chance he would have made this list for me. He's my honorable mention.
Yeah.
But he's one of my favorite to watch when he's actually out there and healthy. He really is. He's a beast.
So
go ahead.
The things that I don't like about him, though, is that he's not a skilled route runner. Like I said, he's not out there trying to be something he's not. He's not the greatest route runner. 4.55, not a spectacular, 40 time, not terrible.
Could be worse.
Um,
I mean, for 6'4", 220, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. He definitely lacks the elite acceleration, and like I said, his footwork is more like an athletic tight end.
Look at this. Look at this stat from last year. Okay, Drake London, in 8 games, had 88 receptions for 1,084 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Stupid.
Only 8 games.
I know.
88 catches in 8 games. That's 11 catches a game.
Because if you're double team, you just throw it like 8 feet in the air and watch him go up and get it
11 times a game.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. That's it.
Yeah, he's nasty. I love that he's your number 2. He made my honorable mentions, though, so that's good.
So who's your number 1?
And you already know. You've been setting me up for this all night, bro. Jameson Williams is my number 1, bro.
So
ex-Buckeye, Jameson Williams.
It was, let me point this out real quick. It was so close to having your honorable mention as my number 1 and my honorable mention as your number 1.
Is my number 1.
Yeah, it was like this close because Drake London was my number 2.
And again, you know,
so we were almost flip-flopped on number 1s and honorable mentions.
Correct.
That's crazy.
What else is crazy is that my number 3 and my number 2 are both Buckeyes, and my number 1 played 2 years for the Buckeyes before he transferred and blew the fuck up.
See, and that's why he blew his knee out. That's karma. I'm just playing, guys.
It could be karma. You don't know. Maybe karma. I don't know. I don't believe in karma fully. But
I don't know. I just know he's a little guy.
The point is he's always open. He catches everything thrown in his direction. What did you say earlier? A dog? Is that the term you used?
Yeah.
He's a dog.
Oh yeah, I didn't say that
That's why he transferred, because he was riding the bench and he's like, what the fuck is happening? I'm a dog.
Right.
Let me transfer out of this motherfucker so I can be a starter. And what did he do? All right. His first season out of Ohio State, he went to Alabama. Okay, so it's easy to play good in Alabama. 79 for 15, 72, and 15. 79 catches for over 1,500 yards and 15 tutties. He looks like a freak. He looks amazing. Granted, he was at Alabama. So that's always a little bit easier.
But, dude, it's not even that, though. But it's like, for me, like I said, is when you're going up against the Mercers of the world when you're at Alabama, with your elite, speed and acceleration, you're going to get away from Mercer College DBs. When you go to the NFL, you're going to have dudes that are you're going to have Jalen Ramsey sticking you at the line.
Okay, you just picked the best DB in the NFL, so it's not really that fair.
Saying, like, these are the best of the best. Like, you're not playing Louisiana Tech, their 5'9" corner you have 10 pounds on because he's 165 and you're 175. You're going to be in the NFL where the cornerbacks are 6'1", 6'2", so they're your height, probably longer arms, and probably 25 pounds on you sticking you at the line. Like, are you going to consistently... We've seen it with, what's his name? The young kid from Smith. Isn't his name? From the Eagles?
Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
Heisman winner. He actually looked good. Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball.
Right.
That's the problem.
I'm not saying that Smith is terrible. That's not what I'm saying. But after watching his 1 year of production, and obviously they have whole careers ahead of them.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that. But I'm saying, we're talking about premium picks. That's that word again. Premium picks. You're going to draft one of these number 1 guys in the top 10.
Give me Jameson Williams every time over anybody in this draft class. And they're all good. There's a bunch of good players in this class, wide receivers in this class.
I think he's just...
But he's risky. I get it.
Yeah, for sure.
I get it. He's risky. I understand that.
So you're just all Ohio State.
That's not fair. Because no, I'm not. I'm all who's better. It just so happens that right now, 2 of them are Buckeyes and one of them used to be a Buckeye.
Just so happens that 2 of them are Buckeyes and one was a transfer portal student from Ohio State. All right, man. It's your story. You tell how you what. You tell how you want.
What a terrible year to start a podcast, bro.
That was just a terrible year to do wide receivers on a podcast for Eric Kibbett.
Clearly.
And then with that being said, my number one is Garrett Wilson.
Yes. Exactly, bro.
So what you went back for, that's why I kind of chuckled when you said number two. And then, well, there's not really nothing to not like. Well, that's really true. Like I said in my evaluation of Williams was he's not a ball tracker. He's smaller, but with Garrett Wilson, you get all those traits. He ran a 4.38. I believe Wilson's like what, 6'1"?
6 foot even.
6 foot even. I knew he was like 6'1".
I'd almost let me.
I normally put their height and weight.
Dude, him and Chris Olave are the same size. They're both 6 foot 210. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
So, I think Garrett Wilson. I'm gonna say he's 6. I'm gonna say he's 6'1", 195. By judging him after watching tape.
Garrett Wilson is.
That's going to be my from my evaluation of him out there.
6 foot 183.
I said 195, so I was close.
Close-ish. And then Olave, 6 foot 187. So they're the same person.
Right.
They're the same person.
Right. But dude, Garrett Wilson, when you watch him, his balance he's a high point monster. It doesn't matter that he's 6 foot. He can leap. And he has ball skills.
Dude, he's an animal. He's going to fight you for that ball every single time.
Yeah, you want to talk about a dog? Oh, I have it right here down on my list. I just probably need to scroll a little bit more. I'm sorry, Eric. I have him as 6 foot 180 is what he weighed in at the combine.
183. But yes, same difference.
So he's a smaller guy, but he doesn't even look. He even looks bigger than Williams, though.
He plays bigger.
No,
whoa, hold on. Plays bigger than himself.
Right.
I'm not saying he plays bigger than Williams.
Oh, he plays bigger than Williams.
I'm going to throw that out there right now. There's a reason Jameson Williams is my one, bro.
The thing that separates the two, which is a huge thing, is Wilson can jump up with anybody and have a chance to come down with it. Williams looks lost when he's doing that. He has a lot of separation. I feel like his success is garnered off separation.
Here we go. We're talking about this again. You're all about size. Go up and get it. I'm all about just get wide open.
But Garrett Wilson, he's only 6 foot.
You don't have to fight nobody for the ball.
It's just ball skills, though.
If
you know what I'm saying?
Wide open, you don't have to fight nobody for the ball. You just catch it because you're open.
I don't think he's going to be blowing away everybody in the league.
I mean, maybe not Jalen Ramsey.
Hey, Eli Apple, bro. He was the number one in PFF man coverage. Let's see it. I want to see it. I bet you Eli sticks him at the line.
Hell no.
Doesn't
Eli
even get to him.
wrecked.
No, man, I'm telling you.
Everybody on this list, plus my honorable mention, will burn Eli Apple.
Not on man-to-man. If you put him in zone, he's going to get confused or something. He's going to get burnt. He's going to get confused.
Is this an Ohio State podcast?
It's turning into that. I want to see him. Is there footage of that? No, Eli is a little older. Dude, I mean, he has good feet. He his route IQ. He runs every route on the tree. Like you said, there's nothing to not like about the kid. He's that dude. Garrett Wilson is that dude.
I fucking agree. And
Williams is almost that dude.
I even said it while I was talking about him. Maybe you're changing my mind and him being my number one, but
see,
but no, I'm sticking with Williams still, bro.
He just wants to be the risky guy.
No.
Yeah, that's what it is. You like that risk shit. You like roll the dice.
You're gonna call me the risky guy when it pans out and I'm right and you're wrong?
No, when him and Devontae Smith are free agents in year 5, you could come talk to me. Jamar Chase will be on his way to the Hall of Fame.
At least we have Buckeyes all over this list. I'm cool with that.
It is definitely cool. So now moving on to the cornerbacks, we'll do the same things with the corners.
Let's start with you this time.
All right, my honorable mention. Trent McDuffie out of Washington.
Okay.
He's 5'11", 193. A little smaller guy. I feel like he's better in the slot. But he ran a 4.44. So he ran the 4.44. He has elite twitch and acceleration. That sounds like somebody you want in the slot. You want somebody to be real twitchy with those twitchy slot receivers.
Yeah.
At
Absolutely.
193, I feel comfortable at 5'11", 193 with his, and this is probably a hot take. It's probably a hot take right here. With the athleticism and the twitchiness, that's acceleration, speed, agility, and he's a dog competitor, bro. We just talking about dogs. He's a dog.
Yeah.
He's a little Mighty Mouse motherfucker.
He's a Tyrann Matthew kind of motherfucker.
So
yeah.
I feel good at 5'11", 193 with the twitch and being able to run a 4.4. I'm not saying he's going to win 9 out of 10, but I feel comfortable watching him go up against Tyreek.
You know what's crazy?
In the slot.
That's smaller than me. That's smaller than me.
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot 205. That's smaller than me. That's insane.
Yeah, but he's yoked and he has a little guy's complex.
He's like, let's check this this body fat index real quick.
Right, no shit.
Little difference there.
He tackles like a safety. That's part of that competitor. But he lacks elite length. He could struggle in the league versus lengthy wide receivers. I don't see him being an outside corner. Competition level was not the greatest over there in Washington. I think we can all agree about that. And like I said, he might just be better used in the slot versus on the outside. So that was my overall, thing about Trent McDuffie. And I know a lot of listeners are probably listening to us talk about these number 4 guys. And you guys are probably like,
who the
damn,
fuck is that?
Well, you're so high on this guy. Like, how could he be number 4? Like, well, these two positions in particular are pretty deep.
They're very deep this year.
Yeah, so that's why you're like, well, you could really change it, and you could. Like, I'm like, if you had Trent McDuffie at number 2, I'd be like, okay, like it's a safe thing.
Our honorable mentions are a lot of people's number 1. It's so hard. The top 6, 7 guys in both positions are very interchangeable. It depends on what you're going for, because a lot of them are dealing with injuries. Like, how high do you base? Like, how high does that affect where you put them? Their injuries.
Right. You get into a lot of like stuff that's subjective at that point. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's all subjective.
Well, right.
The draft itself is subjective as hell, bro.
1,000,000%. I completely agree with you. I'm just saying it gets even more muckier and subjective when you're talking about injuries. Like I said, like Williams, like does it matter to you that you didn't get to see him run? Does it matter to you that you haven't seen him in action?
The combine does not really matter to me, no.
So that's what I'm saying is like that's where it becomes like there's a lot of extra subjective stuff that goes into that.
Yes.
So that's all I'm saying.
So I agree.
Who's your honorable mention?
Well, to be honest with you, I had the same honorable mention, but obviously I'm going to go ahead and switch that up because we can't have the same honorable mention. And he's not in my top 3 or anything, so I can move him down a little bit. But I'm going with Derek Stingley Jr. out of LSU, bro. And again, like, he's a great player when he's on the field.
Man, dude, we're
just stay on the field, bro.
No, dude, talk about Derek Stingley, man. I'm just going to fall back and I'm just going to listen.
Okay, so when he was 18 years old, he first came into college as a true freshman. I'm pretty sure he was the best cornerback in college football that year, which is amazing. And then I believe it was Liz Frank surgery that he had to end up having. And then when he came back, he does not look like the same player to me. Like, I love Derek Stingley. He has everything. He has all the keys to be a great cornerback, but the fucking health, man. I can't trust him yet. He could easily be my number 1 if he would stay on the field. Like, he's a ball hawk. He can track the ball amazingly. He sticks to anybody he's on. His ability to cut is huge. Like, you got to be able to cut. When a receiver cuts in, if you can't cut with them, then they're going to burn you, and he has that. And, again, his freshman season was amazing. And he might be my number 1 if it weren't for the health problems.
And that's your honorable mention.
That's my honorable mention.
I love everything you just said.
I love that you love that.
So let's just slide. let's just slide into this. My cornerback number 3 is Derek Stingley.
Okay, we'll take that.
Okay. So he's smooth in every aspect. He has smooth hips, smooth feet. It's a natural.
Not smooth bones.
No, not at all. Well, I mean, they're probably smooth.
Too smooth.
Yeah, they're just so smooth. They're like smooth like glass.
Like a baby's butt.
Like smooth like glass. Like they're super fragile.
Yeah, I agree.
His length is utilized correctly. He understands, he is 6 foot, 190. He has elite anticipation. That's what I liked about him watching him. You could tell that he wasn't over anxious. He had that patience-ness. He knew kind of when to jump a route, when to, get handsy or whatever. He's a total package, man. Like you said, he's only played 10 games in 2 years.
That's not a lot of games.
That's not a lot of games.
Scary. If you're going to draft a guy like that, that's scary, bro.
So with him being number 3, it was again kind of taking a page out of your book. These pure talent wise, these were the top 4 guys. Like to me, without a doubt, the ones that obviously I've listed, to me they were the top 4 guys. It's just right with this, I'm betting on the size and the overall raw ability, like you said. Taking a page out of your book.
Yeah, thank you.
He doesn't trust his technique ever since his injury, and that shows. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest. Yeah, that's
it's
the
like
thing.
He doesn't trust his body and like what he's just. These guys have been playing since they were 6 years old, and there's a lot of trust because it's muscle memory, technique, and it just shows that he's still kind of like in that gray man's area. Doesn't trust everything.
That's a big thing. That's what I loved about Joe Shiesty last year. He came back from the ACL tear, and he still had that I don't give a fuck attitude.
And
I'm not scared. This dude kind of looks a little scared when he plays. It's scary to me. Just
who else had that though? Greedy Williams. He was scared to tackle. He always had that timidness to him. But yeah, going back to that, Stingley is not the greatest tackler either. So
no.
Number 3. That's my number 3. Number 2 for you, my friend, would be. Or no, number 3 for you. I'm sorry.
I was gonna question it for a second, and then I was like, wait, am I fucked up?
No. Okay. That was me.
My number 3 is Kyler Gordon, bro. Out of Washington.
Ooh.
He underperformed at the combine. He ran a little slow. But again, I don't take the combine too much. That was one sprint. He did one sprint, and they're like, oh, he's a 4.52 guy.
I agree. I'm cool with that because he was my number 5 guy, so it's not like, hella difference.
It's not out of this world. Yeah. Nah. Again, all these guys are interchangeable. Very deep classes, bro. But, his best ability is like keeping up with route running. When a receiver cuts, he is so quick to change directions. And I love watching that on the field. It's amazing. It's like you see a crispy route by a wide receiver and the DB still just follows along with it. He's so fun to watch, bro. And he's 6 foot, 195. Like that's
big enough.
That's above
big enough.
That's above average for a cornerback.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, cornerbacks aren't the biggest guys in the league.
Not at all.
But no, and like he played for a very subpar team. But Washington has a few decent games in their schedule every year, you know what I mean?
Oh, they're not scrubs, no.
Yeah, they're not scrubs. And yeah, just watching him is great. He's big, he's fast, he cuts hard, and he doesn't have injury problems.
It's a big. We say it before on the podcast, right?
Longevity.
Best ability is availability.
Availability. Yes, sir.
It counts for something, guys. It counts for something.
It's important.
Okay, so my number 2. We on to the number 2s. I got my boy Andrew Booth Jr. from Clemson. Talk about dogs. 6 foot, 192, long arms, ran a 4.40. IQ and zone coverage is elite. His elite ball tracking ability. The man will go up and contest, at least bat it down. He knows when he has to get his head around. He has good acceleration to the catch point. It's part of that ball tracking ability. He's a good downhill tackler. Not the best open field tackler, but he'll shoot. He'll shoot in there and he'll get his tackles for losses, man. Like he ain't afraid to put his nose.
He's
up
not
in there.
scared.
No,
he's definitely not scared.
The boy knows he's almost 200 pounds, running like a freight train.
Again, 6 foot, 195.
The thing that scares me the most about him is he gets real handsy after. You can get away with it in college. In the NFL, you get after that that little 5-yard bump.
They're throwing the flag.
Oh yeah, so that's kind of scary. Caleb Farley had the same issue though.
But that's a very
fixable
trait.
Right.
Once he has a couple of penalties thrown on him, he's gonna learn. He'll learn.
And talking about putting his nose into stuff, he's a little too. He gets caught peeking too much, man. He definitely likes to try and make a play, and sometimes that can obviously lead to bigger plays the other way.
Trevon Diggs.
Yeah.
He's very Trevon Diggs.
Yeah, they want.
I'm either gonna pick this ball or it's gonna go for a 40-yard touchdown.
Yeah, they know that there's that incentive in the contract somewhere.
Called a ball hawk, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I gave up a play.
But that Andrew Booth to me though is I'll live and die with that because you're just trying to do your job.
I got a feeling this will be the first time in the last 4 episodes of podcasts where our top 2 are exactly the same.
You think?
Yeah.
Because if you're...
Unless you're going to go way out of left field on your number 1.
We're not going to talk about it, but I'm going to tell you this. If you were here for me and my dad's conversation before the podcast...
I was not.
No, I know you weren't. But if you were here, you would probably be like, I better change my top 1 if it isn't this guy because We'll wait. I got to get a lot off my chest about that.
That's my fault. I jumped the gun there.
Who's your number 2, though?
Booth.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Booth's my number 2, bro. He definitely is.
So, I mean, like, honestly,
he could be my number 1 even.
So, everything that I was seeing was the same thing you were seeing?
Yeah, 100%. Like, to be honest, 1 and 2 are a little bit of a toss-up for me.
Oof, not even close. I'm gonna have a lot of hot takes for number 2.
For number 1, you mean?
I'm number 1, yeah. My number 1's
that's gonna be hella high. I better take my sweater off, bro.
You better pop over that other beer.
Because you're probably going against the grain, though. But yeah, no, I get it. Like, and I love the fact that he's just Andrew Booth, dude. He plays the assignment. It ain't all about what you're doing. Like, he's willing to try to get in there and stop the run. He's willing to crack you at the line. Like, so again, it's that lion mentality. And he has it.
I think it was the Auburn game. Did you see the one where he was like running by the guy's hip, faking man, and then peeled off? It just boom.
Him, bro. Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, he had me faked out.
Yeah.
I would have threw the ball too. That's why I said it was like he's very elite when it comes to his zone coverage and his ability to understand what's going on around him.
I was very close to putting him as my 1.
Oh, my God.
Andrew Booth we're talking about.
Yeah.
Very close to putting him at the 1.
Don't get me wrong, guys. Like, Andrew Booth is a dog. He's a dog.
He's a dog.
He loves to play. He's going to come every Sunday and play. That's not something that you got to worry about.
I love it, though. I love it. I love that our lists are not.
So, my number 1.
Are we doing yours first? Because mine's probably more consensus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sounds like it's going to be a hella hot take.
All right, go ahead.
I'm taking Sauce, bro. You know I'm taking Sauce Gardner, bro.
Sauce is boss.
Sorry, Ahmad Gardner, a.k.a. Sauce the Boss, baby.
Yeah. I like that you could tell that he was getting his money up from his likelihood, you know, the new thing. You see his chain? It says Sauce with a little drip. Yeah, I was like, bro, you back in the day they would have been calling the NCAA, been calling the University of Cincinnati like, hey, how is he getting this stuff? I'm just glad that we're at a better place. Yeah.
Coach is fired.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just glad that we're at a better place.
Jim Tressel, you're out, bro.
Right. Like, I signed some tickets to get this chain.
Bro, it's insane. Yeah, out of your squad, though, Cincinnati.
Representing. Kobe Bryant. Don't forget about my boy Kobe. Kobe, you was like my 7th or 8th on my list.
Favorite. Kobe Bryant?
Yeah, the others. He won the Jim Thorpe Award. Actually, Sauce Gardner didn't even win the best corner of the last football season. It was his teammate, Kobe Bryant. COBE. University of Cincinnati. Cincinnati had
Interesting.
2 dog corners.
I love that.
Yeah. Kobe Bryant was Jim Thorpe Award winner.
Kobe with a C.
Kobe with a C. He was a beast.
If you're going to name your kid Kobe Bryant, it should be with a K. Depending on if you actually named him after Kobe Bryant. Anyway, not the point. We're talking about Sauce.
Sauce, yeah. But
always,
Kobe,
always reminds me of Hot Sauce from And One
And
basketball, dude. Every time I hear his name, bro.
This take's about to be hot sauce. Hot.
I'm ready for it. So hold on, let me finish my point
go ahead.
on Sauce, though. Like, the man, first off, his wingspan is crazy, so swatting balls ain't going to be no problem. He's fast enough to keep up. He changes directions very nicely. He can punch you off the line. I don't really see any flaws, which is hard. And he's 6'3". Cornerbacks are not 6'3". He's a huge cornerback. He's big as hell and just as fast as everybody else. I think I could look up his 40 time. 4.4. He ran a 4.4 40.
Flat.
No, 4.41.
I mean, it was damn near flat.
Might as well be flat. Yeah.
That's why
I shouldn't even have said that.
I was like, I'm letting you do your thing. That's why I was like sitting back and I was just like flat. Like,
shut the fuck up, Eric. Yeah, my bad. I watched all of his games because obviously huge Cinderella story. Cincinnati was super fun to watch all last year. So I was always seeing, Sauce Gardner. Sauce. I keep trying to say his government name, but he likes to go by Sauce. So.
Hey, you ball like that, I'll call you whatever you want, man.
Yeah, no shit. Call you whatever you want.
If your mama's cool with it, who am I to tell you that I got to call you Ahmed?
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, you can make up your own name. This is America, bro.
Yeah.
Call you whatever you want.
For sure.
You want to be called Frankenstein? I'll call you Frankenstein.
I mean, people call Dion, but it was prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. Now you got Sauce. Sauce time.
Sauce time.
Sauce time.
It's sauce time, baby.
All
and
right.
that's what the NFL is going to realize next year. It's sauce time, baby, because this kid is going to be a stud out the gate. He looks like Jalen Ramsey to me, only bigger, which is weird.
So, I know I said I was going to have a hot take. So, you ready for this hot take?
The hottest take, for sure. I'm ready.
This is the hottest take. My number one corner is Sauce Gardner.
Okay, thank God, dude. I was like, he didn't even make your honorable mentions. What the fuck is happening, bro?
You were scared, like, oh man, Kyle, like, we might as well just quit doing the podcast. People are going to believe that we watch any sports.
No. It's like Tariq Woolen, number one, for sure. Guaranteed. Like, what?
Here's the hot take.
Okay.
I think Sauce, I've never been so sure about a prospect being a Hall of Famer.
That's real hot.
I think
real hot. I love that.
I think he's Richard Sherman and Jalen Ramsey in one body.
Combined.
He's
Jalen Ramsey if he was Richard Sherman's size.
Yeah.
Which is insane. He's like Megatron playing CB. No, he's not that big, but
Bro,
you know what I mean.
So when you said that he had a ridiculous arm span.
Yeah.
Dude, this dude's catch radius is ridiculous.
And he's swatting everything.
They were doing a drill at the combine, and it was just a side-to-side agility release, where you can open up your hips. And then there's a secondary guy that throws a ball, like, to the back of the end zone.
Right.
The dude jumped up and damn near one-armed it and brought it in. Like I was like, okay, am I watching the corner or am I watching fucking AJ Green at the combine? Like, that's what it looked like. I was like, bro, like, there's no, like, this dude, and if you watch him game in and game out, doesn't matter who it is, he's sticking them, man.
Dude, I watched Cincinnati all year last year, bro, and this dude has been amazing me.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it could be a slot guy. He don't care. He's going to turn his hips. They're that fluid. They're that smooth. It's almost like he's beating these smaller guys to their own route.
Well, you figure he's got the best ability to change directions out of all the CBs and the biggest wingspan to go along with that.
hard to throw on that.
You can't. It's literally not possible.
Like, this dude is, I mean, like, the only knock you could say is, and you can't really say that because in any other year you could be like, oh, well, he's played subpar competition. Well, I mean, he looked pretty damn good in the the NCAA playoffs. I didn't see him giving up anything crazy to any of their elite athletes down there. Like, the dude is a boss.
The dude is Sauce the Boss.
Yes, 100%.
Sauce the Boss. And that's the thing, is you can play subpar talent, but if you're shitting on them over and over and over again, you put them up against somebody good,
You might
they're
lose.
at least going to hold their own.
Right, exactly.
At the very least, they're going to hold their own.
Like I said, man, and with the whole Jamar Chase thing last year with the Bengals and me being a Bengals fan, like, I was honed in on to everything Jamar did.
You wanted Jamar or you wanted Penei Sewell?
Oh, I wanted Jamar.
Yeah, that's good.
Fourth 19 back in the day.
I actually remember. I did listen to that episode.
Yeah.
I do remember. Yeah.
So my biggest thing was, and the tackle class was so. I mean, we Jackson Carman was a little disappointing, but I liked it at the time. Like, it was deep. It was a deep class. I felt like all the tackles that were supposed to be good last year kind of struggled though.
Except Penei Sewell.
Yeah, he was hit or miss though.
He didn't struggle.
Trey Hendrickson got that ass when we played the Lions. I watching Jamar go down there and block for Mixon, and then he had like a really good big play. He had a big play that almost went for a touchdown, and then on the other side of the ball, I'm watching Penei get lit up by Trey, and I'm like, yeah,
of course
we cool.
You're watching that,
bro. I was like, yeah, we cool. I was like, because I was watching, you know what I mean? Because he could have been in stripes, so I wanted to see what he had to offer.
That's fair.
Trey Hendrickson was like, it's not a whole lot.
I love Trey Hendrickson.
I love Trey too. But yeah, dude, Sauce is, like I said, I've never been so sure that this dude is gonna be.
Can you think
a Hall of Famer?
I literally just almost cut you off in the middle of talking, bro.
Oh, you good?
Like, I can't think of a better DB since Jalen Ramsey came out, and that was 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, this dude, like, he's the type of guy. Okay, can we talk about this real quick?
Yeah.
Because I got another hot take about the draft.
Yeah, run that. I'm down.
Okay, so Davis, the
Jordan Davis from Georgia,
yeah.
the defensive tackle that the Cowboys are going to move up in the draft to select, hopefully, if I have my way.
I think he might go number 2.
Overall?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And here's my thing, though.
Hot take.
Here's my thing about it. Is he ran like a 4.7 or something? Or 4.6 or 4.7.
Which is disgusting when you weigh 350 pounds.
60 pounds. Like
341 is
yeah.
what he weighs.
Yeah. Dude. He's like.
I wouldn't fuck with him.
He's like Warren Sapp and Aaron Donald in one body. You want to talk about player comps and like mixing players, like freak ass players?
Combine 2 Hall of Famers and it creates this kid?
Dude. Okay, and then like this is why I'm saying like it's not out of the realm that he goes number 2 because who's the head coach for the Lions? Dan Campbell.
It took me a second.
So,
I would have figured it out. Dan Campbell.
So who?
And I'm a big fan. I love his personality. I love all that shit.
What is Dan Campbell like?
What do you mean?
What is he like?
Defense.
He likes defense. He likes kneecap eaters.
Line.
Kneecap eaters is what he said.
Kneecap eaters.
Yeah.
That's the terminology.
That's what he said when he got hired.
Kneecap eaters.
He wanted kneecap eaters. Okay. So you got a defensive coach that loves the interior, loves the trenches, and you got an Aaron Donald baby Warren Sapp sitting right there. Like, I'm saying, I'm not saying to go run to the Las Vegas betting and bet a bunch of money on it.
That's why it's a hot take, bro.
But
that's why.
I could see the dude taking him.
I love that you're saying that because that kid looks like a fucking stud. He looks unreal. Just like Aaron Donald did, for the record. But
you said he was, what, 341?
Yeah, he's 341 pounds, and he ran a 4.6, 4.7?
High 4.6, low 4.7, something like that.
I'm going to look it up. 4.78, which is disgusting.
That is flying for a big dude.
340 pounds running a 4.78. That was, for the record, if you didn't know, that's faster than Patrick Mahomes' 40 time.
Just a boat, dude. A boat floating.
Yeah.
Big old caddy coming down the road,
And
man.
I hate your hot take because you're saying he's going to go 2 overall, and I'm hoping that we trade up to get like the 18th pick to draft this dude, and you're like, nah, he's going to be way gone. Like, no.
Dude. Like I said, I don't know. I just could see it happening. Like,
I just don't want it to happen. It could happen. I just don't want it to.
And in that division where it's kind of tough nose. I mean, you got to go up to Lambeau, Minnesota.
Yeah, really. I mean, Devontae Adams left, but I still expect Green Bay to run the entire division.
Not unless they get Davis. And he just gets into Rodgers' ass every game.
That'll never happen.
Well, who's Rodgers going to throw to?
It doesn't matter.
You don't think it does?
Me. He's going to throw to me. They just signed me yesterday, actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, 1 year league minimum contract.
Yep.
I'm in there. I play for the Pack. I'm the wide receiver 1, actually. I'm playing with the starters right now.
Yep. The Lions are going to win the division. I'm sold. You just sold me.
Appreciate the confidence, bro.
I'm sorry, man. We are past our prime.
Yeah.
We are past our prime.
I'm old as fucking football years, bro.
Yeah, dude, this is our thing right now, just talking about it.
Yeah. It's
Like,
been my thing the whole time. It's all good.
we'll stretch when we're done and continue our old lives.
Yeah.
For our old football lives.
I love it.
But bro, so how'd you feel about the episode, man? You like my list?
I think it was great, and I loved our list. And you really threw me off. You kept talking about this hot take, and I'm like, well, he didn't say Sauce in his honorable mentions. Sauce wasn't number 3 or number 2, and I'm like, he better not have somebody number 1 because
people would have shit their pants if I was like Kobe Bryant.
I almost shit my pants right now.
Did you really think? Is that who you thought I was going to say, Kobe Bryant? Since he was a Jim Thorpe.
I didn't
winner?
have a clue who you were going to say.
No,
I'm not going to lie because you had me believing you were going to say fucking Sauce Gardner, and I was like, okay, what's happening?
Where's it going?
Who are we about to talk about?
Now it's just a hot take because, like I said, man, Richard Sherman's a dog, and so is Jalen Ramsey. So when I'm like, hey, this guy's like both of them put together, that's a huge thing.
It is a huge thing.
So
he's the best looking cornerback I've seen in a while. Not gonna lie.
that's how I feel. So this was a perfect episode, matching the wide receivers and the DBs.
It was great.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I get a little luck of genius in me.
I felt biased.
No, you weren't biased.
But it ain't my fault Ohio State puts out good wide receivers all the time, and not my fault at all.
Yeah, and
I'm sure consensus has those 3 players in their top 5 everywhere.
And you know how many people that don't follow, that might not follow it closely, they probably wouldn't even have known that he was a transfer portal student unless we told them.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Because he had fucking 10 catches in 2 years or some weird shit like that.
I mean,
not enough.
Like you said, he was on the bench. He felt like he could be utilized better, so that's where he was going.
I mean, you know who else is an Ohio State transfer that balled out somewhere else and is now a baller in the league?
I don't know.
Joe Shiesty.
I know. I didn't want to say it.
I'll say it.
I was like, I didn't want to say it. Trying to stay. See, like, I'm balanced, guys. I'm balanced. But no, you all know Joe Burrow's the next Tom Brady. So
he's looking that way. It's too early, but he's looking that way.
It's looking that way. It's shaping up to be that way. All right, man. I want to just thank you guys as always for tuning in. Make sure that you check in next week. We're going to be doing the same thing, 2 different positions. I'm going to try and keep that on the low so that we surprise you on the next episode so you know what it is. Every Sunday, be sure to tune in and make sure you're tuning in on that drive to work on Monday. So I'm out, Eric.
Hey, y'all have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Yep, appreciate you guys. Later.